361 points, which is not enough to pass Ukraine, and we have a new winner of the Eurovision Song Contest.
You know, I was sure that if you sing, if you talk about truth, it really can touch people.
Reports of explosions across Ukraine, including the capital, Kiev.
Russian troops are closing in on the capital. Their military vehicles have been filmed entering the city. And in the last few hours, multiple explosions have been reported.
24-го зранку, в 5-й годині, чоловік мене прокинув і сказав, що почалась війна, що Росія напала на нас.
Suddenly, Jamala was subjected to the same fate as her great-grandmother. She chronicled their hurried flight from Kyiv with their 2 children on social media.
I don't know how it's possible, but they bombed peaceful people.
They kill you all and say, we're not guilty, not guilty. Я писала цю пісню.
I wrote this song about my great-grandmother and what she told me about being deported from Crimea in 1944. When I sing these lines today, they come back to life and have meaning again.
From my side, I promise to make like some action with concerts. If you hear me, I'm here. Just let's do it something together.
But now we are all in a fight. Fight for our victory. Fight for help.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Atlanta Council Executive Vice Chair, Adrienne Arsht.
My father's family name is Arsht. My mother's family name is Cannon, or it was Kagan before the immigration people changed it. My grandparents, all of them are from Kiev. I am Ukrainian. I carry a copy of the Constitution with me everywhere. It was a tradition that my mother gave me. And in it, there's a quote that I carry with me from Edmund Burke. And that quote is, "All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men and women do nothing." A woman who is doing a lot is here with us this evening, Jamala. Six years ago, Jamala performed her song 1944 on stage in Stockholm at the 2016 Eurovision Song Contest. The song brought to life the grim reality of Russia's 2014 annexation of Crimea. Later that evening, Jamala was crowned Eurovision's winner and began a journey that brings us to the anthem tonight, some 4,800 miles away from the land she calls home. And 8 years after 2014, Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine has left thousands of Ukrainians dead, forced millions from their homes, and left those who remain a homeland that is unrecognizable as the carnage of Putin's heinous war rages on. Jamala's activism did not end that night in Stockholm 6 years ago. She has continued her efforts to raise funds for Ukrainian refugees and the armed forces of Ukraine, while increasing awareness for Ukraine's artists who have dedicated their lives to preserving and protecting Ukrainian culture and identity throughout the Russian invasion. As she joins us this evening to accept the Atlantic Council's 2022 Distinguished Artistic Leadership Award on behalf of Ukraine's artists, I'm reminded of a single word that will not surprise many of you who know me, and that word is resilience. Countless videos and photos have been shared of Ukrainian artists performing on street corners, in subways, train stations, and shelters. Those spontaneous performances brought hope, inspiration, and a sense of calm to the people of Ukraine during this extraordinarily difficult time. President Kennedy once said that after the dust of centuries has passed over our cities, we too will be remembered not for victories or defeats in battle or in politics, but for our contribution to the human spirit. I am so very moved by Jamala's spirit, and what an incredible example to us all. The arts define us and unite us. Jamala's music and that of all Ukrainian artists provide us extraordinary inspiration. And it is with that that I am so very honored to present the 2022 Distinguished Artistic Leadership Award to Jamala.
Good evening to everyone. First of all, it's such a big honor for me to have this from you. We have Crimean Tatar tradition like that. It's an honor for me to be with you today. To be in the United States of America, in a country that helped us fight for freedom. Tonight, for the right to live at home, where there is a room for joy and smiles, happiness and love. It all may sound cliché and boring until it's taken away from you. Until the moment you hear the air raid sirens, explosions, cries for help, and news about countless deaths. The sounds of war are frightening. I have devoted my whole life to exploring the magic of sounds. However, starting on February 24th, 2022, there was no place for music in my life. On that day, I was forced to leave my home to the sound of air raid sirens with my two sons in my arms, just like my great-grandmother years ago. It was in Crimea. In 1944, the Soviets forcibly deported her and her 5 small children to Central Asia in a cattle train without no water, no food. And tragically, for one of the daughters, the journey was fatal. It was ruthless and human. The story of my family is just a drop in the sea of lives ruined by the bloody regime of tyranny. And the saddest moment for me is understand that no matter how many times it is said never again, history repeats itself. with terrifying accuracy. 77 years later, we are losing our homes, evacuating children due to missile attacks. It's happening now, right at this moment, right in the middle of Europe. A war without any rules, a war full of suffering and destruction, a war soaked with blood, full of hope. I hope that we can end it together, once and for all, and that no one else should go through this again. For God's sake, never again. The war has long been a genocide of Ukrainian people. You see this picture from Bucha, Borodyanka, without any mercy. We have already lost more than 220 kids in tens of thousands of civilians forever. The death count does not stop for a second. This is a war of young volunteers being shot, journalists being shot, girls in occupied cities being raped, elderly people being mercilessly murdered, and our men being killed in the battles they did not start. Today, this war is at my home, but where will it be tomorrow if it's not stopped? It is controlled by the man who has no limit, no boundaries for evil. His evil is tremendous. He maimed his own country as well as countless others. On behalf of my nation, would like to ask you for something. Each of you has a strong voice. Here in the United States, your voice can strengthen our cry for the truth about the ruthless Russian tyranny. Please don't leave us in this struggle alone. Please help save the people who are now under the blockade in Mariupol, in Azovstal, those who are being held hostage. Do not keep silent. Speak to the government. Take to the streets. Please stand with Ukraine. I'm heartily grateful to the Atlantic Council for this award, to the people of the United States of America supporting my country. Accepting the Distinguished Leadership Award, I would like to dedicate it to every Ukrainian, everyone who does not know the world give up. To the people at the front and those who volunteer and cure, to every Ukrainian artistic helping today to spread the truth, to every mother hiding their kids in a bomb shelter. Together, we are invincible. When strangers are coming, they come to your house, they kill you all and say, we're not killed, not killed. Where's your mind? Humanity cries. You think you are good, but everyone dies. Don't swallow my soul, our souls. Ben bu yerde yaşamadım. Aman aman yaşlığıma doyamadım. Ben bu yerde yaşamadım. We could build a future where people are free to live and love the happiest time, our time. Where's your kind humanity rise? You think you are God, but everyone dies. Don't swallow my soul, our souls. Yaşlığıma doyamadım. Ben bu
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.